Hello, my name's Tiffany. Welcome to the Minnesota Gardener Mom. And today we'll be going over a bit of a seed haul, not a large one, but okay size. This is a new channel. I'm located in Zone 4B here in Minnesota. And this channel is opening up some more knowledge about gardening in colder climates and specifically here in Minnesota. Now, those of you that are north of us, up in 4A and Zone 3, you're going to know that you have even less growing time than I do. Best of luck with that. I already find this challenging. So today, we're going to start with some seed therapy. And not just seed therapy in the sense of I really enjoy buying seeds, and if you're watching this, you probably also enjoy seeds. We're going to start with the company Seed Therapy. It's my first time buying from them and noticing on their packages, I see they have a little bit of information, not a ton for how to plant them, I would say. A lot of times for seeds, they tell you how deep to plant them. And I'm not seeing that on these packages. So I would recommend, if you are new to gardening, to either, look those things up. With my favorite advice would be going to the library and getting some books on general gardening and going from there. And if you really find a book that you love, then you're able to purchase it. At that point, you can go on YouTube and look up some information that way. I enjoy that way as well. And you can also Google these things. You can look them up. But here's the problem when you just Google something, especially in the garden world, that there are a lot of opinions and a lot of advice out there. So take what you will, and it's a ride, but it is also a lot of fun. So to start with, I decided I'm gonna try growing some cranberries. No, I do not have a bog to grow them in, but I'm gonna give them a try, and then I will harvest them myself instead of flooding a bog to get them. So we have some American cranberries. No cool pictures on the seed packet, but that's okay. I got some creeping thyme, and I am excited about that because my backyard is mostly moss and dirt and leaves. So if we can get some thyme growing back there as well, that would be great. Also, these seed packets, it's my favorite time of the year to buy things I typically would not buy to garden with. Because it is seed packet time sales. So they do put seed sales on earlier, typically around that 10% off, sometimes 20% off. Right now, I kid you not, a lot of times they're like 50% off. Not everybody does this, but quite a few of the seed companies do. And Seed Therapy is one of them that's having some sales. I got some gelato white ice plants, some hens and chickens mix. I typically give, for Mother's Day, some succulent pots that I go and I pick out with my husband for mothers and grandmas and such. But this year, I'm gonna try growing my own. And I have plenty of time until Mother's Day, so I can start those now. And if it doesn't work, I can still buy some next year. I got some blue carpet lobella. Pretty excited about that. I received some in a hanging baskets, and I really liked it. Thought it was really cute. Gonna try growing my own hanging baskets next year. Let's see. We got some rock cress. That's a beautiful tiny flower, and it just really bushes together, and it will hang down outside of wherever you have it as long as it can. Otherwise, it'll creep a little bit if it doesn't really have that hanging angle. I got purple and red both. The red, I wouldn't say is a true red. It's more of like a purple pink red. And then I got some Alpine Sea Holly. This is the one that I got in a bouquet about 4 years ago. It's blue, it's really cool. It has little spikes on the outside, and then the inside's a tight little blue ball. They dry really nice. They look great if you're having them fresh or dry. Or if you just want to plant them, leave them in the garden and have something really cool to look at. It's definitely different. They're fun. And then for the things I'm very excited about, we have some raspberries already growing here in zone 4, but blackberries do not grow well. The blackberries, I had a neighbor plant about 30 of them to try and give them a try, give them a nudge, try and help them along, and none of them survived our cold, harsh winters. Here in Minnesota zone 4B, and really anywhere in Minnesota, we get all of the weather, sometimes all at once, but for sure throughout the year, we are gonna have some really hot temps. We're gonna have some really cold temps. We're gonna have a lot of in between, and our plants need to be hardy enough to survive that, including if we do not get the snow to insulate the ground, but we still get the cold temperatures. And I'm talking those -30s with wind chills that are pushing it -40, -50 when they're like, hey, don't go outside for more than 5 minutes. And if you do, make sure every bit of your skin is covered so you don't get hurt type of cold. Welcome to Minnesota. It's actually pretty wonderful here. I also got some more blueberry, northern high bush blueberry seeds. I do have 4 plants currently going, and I would like some more, so I'm gonna try and do that because I got time. Why not give it a try? And something that I know I could go to the store and buy some are cherry trees, but I would like to start my own because gardening is fun, and so is seed starting, and I like the challenge. So I'm gonna try and grow some cherry trees. I have some spaces in my yard that my husband is unaware of that I'm going to try and plant them. I'm gonna start them indoors first, and maybe I'll throw a few outside, and we'll see. Hopefully one of them germinates. So that's it for the seed therapy order. Next, I did order some more of my current favorite company, which is MIgardener. They are having a 50% off their seeds right now. It is absolutely wonderful. So I'm talking $1 a pack. Yes. So I haven't opened this one. Good packaging. Your seeds are not going to get damaged in this. And I got an abundance, of course. Still not as many as I've ordered from them before, because again, I absolutely do love them. I do have a large garden and I do grow a lot. And my friends just told me that I could use their space to garden in as well at their house. And they only live like a 5-minute drive away. And they don't like mowing their lawn. So I have lots of plans for that. And so does my son. As a part of being a gardener, I am also a mother. And you're going to be seeing things, typical mom stuff. As you can see, it's dark outside. And this is when a lot of stuff happens. After bedtime, during nap time. Best time to get stuff done, moms and dads. Shouldn't, digress too far. Anyways, I got some asparagus seeds here at MIgardener. Their seed packets are absolutely wonderful. They have love having the picture of what's in the packet. Very helpful. 2, they have so much information on the back of them every time. You're gonna get how to plant them, how deep to plant them, what kind of sunshine they need, when to start indoors, or if you're gonna direct sow, how long they typically take to germinate, the germination temperatures in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. If you're not over here in the US where we use Fahrenheit, then they also have Celsius for the rest of the world. Don't understand why we're different. They have how long until maturity, how long it's going to take to enjoy that. And then you're going to have your plant spacing, your plant size, which is nice. And then they always put a little bit of information about harvest, and then about the plant itself, how you can enjoy eating it, how well it does for growing in certain regions. It's just a lot of great information. Most companies do this, but they always send an itemized list of what you ordered, and then also who packed it at MIgardener, and when you ordered, its shipping date, the whole information. I absolutely love it. I actually hold on to these so I can look later, or I can make notes on these papers, stick them in my garden journal for later. That way I don't always have to go through my seed box, because once you start gardening and you've been gardening a while, and then you get a bigger garden, you collect a lot of seed packets and seeds. You also grow a lot. I grow a few thousand plants just this last season / current season. And next year I plan on doing more. My husband is also excited for me. I have some cinnamon basil. Now, I've grown this already. This season I absolutely loved it. And I put it throughout my garden. Oh, there's a baby. There's the mom part. And I'm back. So yeah, there's that mom part. I'm a mom to 4, 3 here, 1 in heaven. And they keep me busy. They range in age by about 5 years. So yep, I'm busy. Next, we have some lime basil. I've not grown this before, but I heard that it does great in the garden. My cinnamon basil, 1, it smelled absolutely amazing. 2, it made really nice tea. Think like red hot cinnamon tea. Then I also like to use it to deter pests. And I feel less bad about like forgetting about it, you know, and not harvesting it as much than I do my typical Genovese sweet basil that I use regularly in the kitchen. So yes, I am going to use this one still for teas even after it flowers and everything. It still gives a great cup of tea, but I don't feel bad about it. Plus, I've noticed this year especially that the pests have been so much lower because I have just diversified all the things in the garden, and I really intermix them with my herbs and my flowers and pretty much everything, and it's doing pretty well. I will talk to you more about that later. Back to the packets. Next, I'm going to be showing you some yellow bush beans. Arcara? I'm really not sure how you'd say that, but it's a yellow bush bean. I have not grown these before. Mature in about 80 to 90 days. I grew probably around 300 bush beans this year for drying beans, and I had a lot of fun with it. My middle boy, he absolutely loves shelling the beans with me, and I've loved doing it with him, and we love eating beans, be it in soup or baked beans, and putting them in dishes, like hot dishes, especially like black beans. And so we're going to branch out, try some more things, and we'll do like 100 plants or so at a time for a variety. And that way we can see if we truly enjoy it. If we do, we'll do even more plants next year. This year was a good trial run for the different varieties. So in my household, I have a few that are corn intolerant, but myself and my eldest boy are not, and we love popcorn. So we're gonna be growing some popcorn over at our friend's house. We have some red strawberry popcorn and then some Japanese Polis popcorn. And I'm pretty excited to give those a try. We also have some blue popcorn seeds that we're gonna give a try that we had ordered previously and did not get to plant this year. I had a baby in April, and I also built a brand new garden right before the day before I had her. So I didn't have time to build another garden over at a friend's house, but next year I will. So we have some aster yellows. Most of the MIgardener has an actual picture, but for some of their flowers, they do just hand-drawn flowers. They're very pretty. Still tons of information on the back. These packets have more of like a wax paper feel, which is really nice. I feel it personally, not factually, feel that these do better if I get some dirt on my hands when I'm out there in the garden, or if I'm starting seeds, that any kind of like a little water droplets or dirt kind of come away from these a little bit better than, let's say, one of these ones where it's more of like a cardboard paper feel, but not a thick cardboard, still very thin cardboard feel. Next, I got some Jubilee watermelon. Very excited. We have been trying to grow watermelon here in our area. I was told that it would not do well, and people are right, it's not doing well. But I've been persistent, and we actually grew some of our own watermelon this year, and my oldest son was so excited, and we accidentally harvested our first one too early. It was a little pink on the inside, but still pretty green. And somehow even the green pieces were still sweet. It was so exciting. And I'm not sure if it's the excitement of growing our own watermelon or if it actually did taste that good. Who knows? Probably just because we did it ourselves. I got some Haogen melons. I'm gonna give these a try because why not try out as many different things as we can that we couldn't just go to the store and buy. Now, we did do the orange flesh honeydew this year. They were delicious. They were a bit small, but I think that's because I wasn't watering them enough, not so much the variety itself. We're gonna give that a try again. We got some Moon and Stars watermelon, because again, why not try? Fun fact, when growing watermelon, you should have, if you're gonna do a seedless, you still need one that has seeds so it can cross-pollinate with each other. We have some Rocky Ford cantaloupe, grew some this year, also absolutely amazing, tasted great. I just got some more seeds because they were $1 a packet, and seeds, most seeds, do not drop in germination rapidly from year to year. I got some red bunching onions. I actually got 2 packs of them. It's nice because it says they have approximately 150 seeds in each pack. I got 2 packs. We go through lots of onions in this house. I make a lot of things from scratch, and yeah, who would have thought? You go through lots of onions instead of using onion powder a lot of times. And I can even grow these just, you know, in a little bit of dirt inside the house under some of the grow lights. And that way I'm not just going without or having to chop up one of my large ones. I got some more pimento pepper seeds, red peppers, very yummy. We love making, my mother-in-law, she gave me the recipe. She would make a hot dish for us. It was like a Thanksgiving hot dish in a 9x13 pan. And I loved it so much that I knew I was gonna grow my own pimento peppers because it's very hard to find organic pimento peppers that are canned or fresh for that matter. And if you do, they're very expensive. And in my mind, I thought, hey, why don't I just start growing my own peppers in February so I can harvest them in September, and you know, from July to September, and that way I have my own. Because somehow in my mind that says it was better. And it is. It's more satisfying, that's for sure. We have some cayenne purple peppers. I did the orange ones this year. Very good, very tasty. Label your peppers so your kids don't accidentally go and grab an orange pepper that is a cayenne one. Spicy, says my 2-year-old. We have some lilac bell peppers. I grew these the last 2 years, so I got another seed packet of them. Absolutely love them. I am aware you can save your own seeds. With how I plant everything, the cross pollination is a lot higher chances, and I've saved seeds a few times from them, and I've just been unlucky, and I'll get better at that in the future when I have a little bit more time to really stay on top of it. Next, we have some early scarlet globe radishes. I already have some radishes in my fall garden going, and I noticed that I was starting to get low on the radishes. Again, $1 a packet, why not? 250 seeds a packet approximately. So I got 500 seeds. This is gonna last me probably 2 years. Maybe. My kids really enjoy pulling the radishes up. So sometimes we grow them for the fun of it and then give radishes away. So on that note, because they're fun and kids absolutely love them and they grow super fast, we have some purple plum radishes, mature in about 28 days. So again, 2 packets. So this one here is a golden zucchini, and I grew them this year. I actually have some in my basket right here next to me that I harvested this morning. Now, I did give some of them away to my friend. I traded her for some honey nut squash because her zucchini didn't make it. My honey nut didn't make it. So we did a fun trade. This one's a bit wonky because, of course, I gave away the ones that looked nice. I shouldn't say gave away, traded, bartered away. This one's a bit wonky, but still absolutely delicious. The white ones still very pretty, though they do seem, the flesh is so soft that they mark up easier. Very yummy to grow. And then of course you have the typical Ford hook zucchini. I will be growing a variety of colors again because I enjoy seeing the variety in the garden, as well as if one doesn't do well, perhaps the other one might do better. Gotta have that backup just in case. We're gonna grow some Maximilian sunflowers. I saw some growing and I pointed them out to my 5-year-old, and he loves growing sunflowers. He grew all of ours this year, and it was just stunning that now we're gonna grow even more sunflowers next year. We have the Maximilian ones. These ones have a smaller brown eye, but each plant is gonna throw up tons of flowers, not just the one, but tons. And so he thought that was amazing and super exciting. I did order, even though I told myself I wasn't gonna get more tomato seeds because I already have like 20 varieties that I'm growing next year because we absolutely love tomatoes. I ordered more. And now I have to rethink my gardening plan to maybe adding in another cattle panel of tomatoes. So, black from Tula tomato. As you can see, it's a very dark tomato. Thought we would give that one a try. It looks absolutely amazing. And this one, because we actually got their mixed cherry licious pack a few years ago, and we've been growing different ones to see what we get because it's kind of fun. The kids are like, ooh, you know, long game of finding out what you planted. And we got this white cherry tomato and they absolutely loved it. This is great for kids, by the way. It has that flavor of almost nothing. They're very mild, very low acid. Great if you're trying to get your kid to start trying tomatoes. They're small. The flesh is a little thick, but not as thick as some cherry tomatoes. It's not going to be super like papery thin like the ones you get from the store because, well, they're store tomatoes, and these ones you're growing in your backyard or front yard in my case. We got some orange currant tomatoes. We also grow red ones, and my kids absolutely love them. They go crazy, the plants and the kids. And last year we had 2 carrot tomato plants, and I don't think that my husband and I ever really got to eat any of them. And I would like to freeze some of them next year, and that way I can just like grab a handful and like throw it in the pan for when we're doing pasta, and get some nice little pops of tomato in there along with our peas when we're doing like a chicken fettuccine. That sounds amazing right now. And then we're trying this Hartman's yellow gooseberry. We haven't tried this one before, but it's more of like an orange yellow, same size, typical cherry tomato. We just really enjoy trying all the varieties. Well, that is it for my packets. I have a lot of fun learning about all the varieties, trying all of the varieties. And now I've decided I have learned quite a bit since I've been gardening to start sharing some of that knowledge, because I've noticed not as much gardening information out there from content creators here in Zone 4 and in Minnesota. I know there are a lot of southern gardeners, and you guys are absolutely amazing. I have learned so much from you. But your growing season is so much longer than ours, and we have such a drastic beginning and end for our season. We have approximately 120 days. I say approximately because Mother Nature. And in that beginning of the 120 days, we may still be getting like 30, like high 30s, even though we're frost free. We're still pretty dang cold to the point that we're not even reliably getting, you know, like safe, comfortable temperatures of below, like 55 and above at night until June. And even then, sometimes, you know, we drop below that 55 and you're like, oh, my pepper plants. And then we get random times like this last 2 weeks ago, it was 36 degrees at night. And then we went from that to where my house is located with the trees. We weren't going to get any northerly winds, and so it was 97 degrees in my garden. I had 3 of my broccoli decided, hey, it's been 90 degrees long enough, we're going to start bolting. And for those of you who don't know what bolting is, they started to go to flower, and I was devastated. They were doing so well in the nice cold weather, and then bolted. But thankfully, I still have like 15 more broccoli. We absolutely love broccoli in this household. Well, that's it for now. And hopefully you check out some of my other videos and see some more about the Minnesota gardening mom. And thank you. Learn something new. Bye.